Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Get Rich 101. Get Rich 101. I'm your host, I'm Sekou Wrights. I am an author of several different books, but this is the one that I'm promoting. This is the one, Hack Your Pain Now. Hack Your Pain Now. This one because this one's for you. This one's for you. And by the way, I thought it was 10 commandments. I've got more than 10 commandments. I've got like 11 or 12 commandments. So check out this book. This will help you get over whatever is stopping you in your life. Whatever is stopping you in your life, this book will help you. All right? Hack your pain now. All right? Okay. So that's that. And I want to give a shout out to New Thought Media Network for allowing me the space and the opportunity to be here and to grow and to grow and to grow. I don't know where I would be without this show. I really don't. I really don't. But it's helped me. It's helped me learn to practice, and it's helped me in so many ways. So thank you again. To shout out to New Thought Media Network. I appreciate you. Now let me get my notes together. All right, trying to keep the notes so I'm spilling the tea. All right, I am a stroke survivor. I'm Sekou Wrights. I am a stroke survivor. That means that I survived the stroke. I survived the stroke that the doctors told me later was terminal. I survived that stroke. All right, so that's something to be happy about. All right, and also YouTube. I'd like to start doing this via YouTube. So those of you that are watching me in other places, let's try watching me on YouTube. And if you're already watching me on YouTube, that's cool. I just want to see how it will look if everyone watches on YouTube. So let's just give it a try. I just want to see how that's going to look. All right, and now the Cat Chronicle. Shout out to my mom for doing this, inviting me to do this. Because I've been sending these pictures of her and the cat like every day. She's like, you need to make a segment for the cat. So here is today's Cat Chronicle. I know that I did this one yesterday. But I wanted to, what happened for me bubbled up. Like if you saw me yesterday, I was kind of reaching for what I was trying to say here. But what I'm noticing is that the cat is on my right side. It's on my right side. Now, when I say that, people think of me being right-handed, which I am or was, because of the stroke. And me having trouble with my right leg. But people don't think about everything on my right side is affected. So I always have to scratch. Like it's not a genetic thing. It's like it's something related to the stroke that this side of my head always itches. And I'm telling you, it's from the top of my head to the bottom of my foot. There's something along the way this distance. So when I say that I've got I got something bothering me, I'm like and I gotta hold my hand to keep myself from scratching myself. But the right hand side, oh man, it's a doozy. It's a doozy. So what I appreciate is Nelson laid on that side of my head. And so I couldn't reach that side. I mean, I could, but he gave me more reason not to reach for the right hand side. And so I want to thank him for that. So I appreciate you, Nelson. I appreciate you because he's giving me all kinds of reasons to work with how I'm working with things a little bit better. So for those of you that don't know, I don't know what that is. It's been happening since the beginning, and I just haven't I guess I just haven't mentioned it, but yeah, the right side of my skull itches, and I gotta fight it. All right. So shout out to Nelson. So that's my cat chronicles for today. There we go. And let's see. Oh, my notes. Oh, okay. So the, my theme, my theme for this week is seeing around you differently. So what I mean by that, because I know it's kind of weird, but seeing around you differently means seeing the same things around you, but seeing them differently. Seeing the same things around you, but seeing them differently. And there's a lot to do there. There's a lot to do there because I got started with Batman. I got started with Batman, but I was like, what is going on? My friends have been sending me Batman uh, gifts and emojis and whatnot, and it's funny. It's funny, but I can't get over it. How here is a movie that I've seen a bunch of times. It's a movie that I'll put on mute. I put on mute while I'm doing something else, and then to have it speak to me in such a clear, concise way about something I never paid attention to in that movie before just really got me. So V King came home and she was like, "Yo, let's watch Batman." She was like, "What, what's, what are you looking for? What are you seeing?" And she's never seen Batman. I was like, "First of all, you never seen Batman? You ain't never seen Batman? Like, like what's happening?" So we watched Batman, and that was on our list. And we watched The Wolf of Wall Street. The Wolf of Wall Street. Now, I know you've heard of Wolf of Wall Street. You've heard of it because how can you not hear of it? Well, Leonardo DiCaprio plays. I forget the guy's name, but he made a lot of money, and there was a lot to unpack. There's a lot to unpack. Looking at it now, because then it was like a fun movie, right? But now looking at it, there was a lot to unpack. A lot to unpack. And also, we watched Batman, we watched Wolf of Wall Street, and we watched Margin Call. Margin Call, probably none of you have heard of, but Margin Call, I want to tell you about that one because the first two, Batman, I'm sure, and The Wolf of Wall Street, I'm sure, right? So watch those movies again, and look for the ways that you are differently seeing that film, those two films. Just look for it. If one's too violent for you, choose the other one. Like do Wolf of Wall Street, but look for it. Look for it, and I promise you that some other things will pop up. Some other things will pop up because it happened to me. It happened to me. I was like, what? I didn't catch that before. But regardless, Margin Call. So Margin Call is it's slow. It's slow. Let me emphasize that. It's slow, but it is a true story. Like just like Wolf of Wall Street is a true story. So once you lock that in and think about the fact that it's a true story, then it should really catch you. Now, the difference that it made in watching it this time was I Googled things. I was like, oh, let me look that up, right? And I looked up the real story, and the real story was about Lehman Brothers, like I can't pronounce the name, but LEH something Brothers, and they were a multi-billion-dollar company, and they just vanished. And this is about what happened to make them go vanish. Now, see, I thought that was really odd for me because I thought that it was a true story and then everyone had figured out how to win. And I was like, wait, they didn't win? Like they went under? Wow, that's significant to me. So in the film, you'll see them. I mean, the language around what happened is really hard to follow. It's really hard to follow. But it's interesting to note how they are dealing with this situation and how they are orchestrating the situation and how the orchestration ultimately leads to the company evaporating. And so I thought that was interesting. I thought that was interesting because I'm telling you, I just accepted it as entertainment before. And now that I'm Googling things and checking things out, I'm saying, oh, wow, this place doesn't exist anymore. I'm sure that people, I say I'm sure, but I haven't looked at this up yet, but I'm sure that the people who are at the top of the key in the market went on to something else great. I think they also, made that move. But anyway, check out the three movies. Check out three movies. Check out Batman, check out The Wolf of Wall Street, and check out Margin Call. Check out at least one of those movies and come back here and tell me how your seeing what's around you is different. Is different. Is different because you're going to see things differently. You're going to see things differently. All right? All right, so that's that. Let me see what else do I have. What else do I have? Grandma. I'm still hurting about that a little bit. But let me just say this: I've been noticing IBM as a stock recently, and I've been looking at it, and so my goal is to regain that money. You know what I mean? Like my grandma gave me a gift of stock, of IBM stock, that right now would be worth $165,000. $165,000. I'm already rounding up. It's 1,640, right? But I'm already rounded up because I am going to make that my goal because I already had it. I already had access to what would now be worth $164,000. So I'm rounding it up to 165,000, making that my goal. Because my goal before, I had some goals now, but they were much smaller. I was like, $5,000, $10,000, like little small goals. But now I'm like, I had this. This is money that I had. No, never mind. Like this was some money that I had, right? And I just blew it away. And so I was thinking about the album that I spent money on. The album. Anyway, so I was trying to think if I could find that album, but no, never mind. If I find the album, I'll show it to you. If I find the album. Okay, so I'm just going to assume that not assume. I'm fixating my mind. I feel myself. This is true. Let me speak to this for a second. Ever since I found out that I had $165,000 in my name, let's say, like I had it and I lost it. But knowing that I had it has been reordering my thoughts. It's been making my thoughts bigger and bigger and bigger. Because I'm like, I had that access to that money, then I can do that again. And so that's making me think bigger. And so I've been applying this to the weekend hustle, to be honest with you. I've been thinking about the weekend hustle, and I've been reading more about the weekend hustle, and I've been trying to embed it in myself because I know I talked a lot about forex, but I've got more. I've got access to more things, more more books that tell you how to do this, how to do this weekend hustle. So I am going to do two things. I am going to buy and hold, which I've been doing, but now I'm going to start using some of that money to to trade, to trade. Now, yeah, I guess I should say that people think that things like AMC aren't happening now, but they are happening. They are happening. If you have missed my AMC story, go back and check the previous episodes. But my my thing was, oh, that's what I was trying to think of. So $40,000, $44,000, right, was how much I could have made with my AMC trade. So that's where I was hovering in terms of money. And now I've moved from $40,000 to 165. I've made it bigger, bigger. So anyway, sorry, sidebar. So my oh shoot, now I forgot where I was. Shoot, I forgot where it was. Let me check the notes. Let me check the notes. All right. Oh yeah. So all right, really quickly. Saying no to people. So this is interesting. I noticed that there was a lot of saying no in margin call. In the margin call movie, there's a lot of saying no, and it was a lot of just saying, "I need you to do this for me." There was some ins and outs of that about that. But what it made me think of was how often we just accept things the way they are. We just accept things the way they are without trying to tweak it. Without trying to tweak it. And listen, the more I'm studying, money, the more I'm seeing that everything is negotiable. Everything. Everything. And I'm like, wow, that's really interesting. So I'm trying to figure out if I should say this. Well, I'll do it in broad terms. So there's a space that's being held. I know I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. But someone is knocking on their door on a regular basis, okay? And they're saying they don't want to sell. And I'm like, well, that's one way of thinking about it. But then there's another way of thinking about it. What if you think about how you can grow your space bigger by letting somebody pay for something? Like you could let them pay for a corner of the property, get a house right there, get a duplex right there, get the money for that, and then make. I mean, there was so many possibilities. And so what we do though is we get caught up in a way of thinking about things, and we stay stuck in that way. And what you need to do is just take a step back. Take a step back and think, what could happen here? What could happen here? That's what I got from margin call. You got to think about, how could I make this work for me? Regardless of the situation, regardless of how bad the situation seems to be, you can find a way. You can find a way to make it come up roses for you. It's come up roses for you. All right. I'm laughing because I'm thinking about eggs. Eggs is something I came up with my therapist. So I'm using eggs to communicate things, and so I was just thinking about eggs. So I know that's an inside joke. You won't get it, but it's funny to me. All right, so let me go on to the comments and see what else I got to respond to. Got 70 comments. 71 comments. Oh wow, a lot of comments. So let's see what we got. Okay, most of these are Feed King inviting the world. The possibilities are endless. Yes, they are. I don't know what part of the story you're referring to, Feed, but yes, it is true that the possibilities are endless. And I think that's the last part. But we get locked into. Let me just say it again. We get locked into the same thinking the same way about the same thing all the time, right? And where do we get that? We just get it from someplace, and we don't think about how you could change it. How you could change it. You know, I hope y'all are getting it. I hope y'all are getting it because that's a big one. That's a big one for the margin call. Margin call. Okay, let's see what else we got. Let's see. Alicia has we we want to we want to hear the album. Yeah. When I find it, I'll show it off. Let's see. Let's see. Hard to believe I'd never seen. You didn't see Batman. You didn't see Batman. It was fascinating. So many subliminal messages that go over our head if we're only interested in being entertained or distracted. Yeah, because I am truly. I'm the best example. I'm the best example because I'm told you, I have I have put Batman on one of them because there's been lots of them. I put Batman on and put it on mute. Just let it play. Just something to look at and just to think about all the things that are right there. Speaking of which, let me just give this really quickly. So so I think I think it was told badly. I think it was told badly, but I paid attention to it. Never paid attention to it before. But Bruce Bruce Wayne was able to assume leadership in his company by using the stock that he had. Like he had stock, he grew up with stock, right? Because his father gave it to him. But he was able to leverage that stock and to buy more stock. So basically, what he did was he took out all his money from the stock and then bought right back in, and that's how he did it. But I don't think it was told very well because you've got to know what you're doing. You got to know what you're doing. It doesn't just fall to you automatically. And he lost his parents very early in life, and all the things that made it difficult for him to do that. But once he did it, I was like, okay, that's interesting how he did that. That's interesting how he did that. So I'm telling you, it's right there for you. Watch Batman. Watch The Wolf of Wall Street. Watch well, actually, I've given you one from Martin Call and one from Batman. So let me give you one from The Wolf of Wall Street. So I went to one of these guys' houses, and I never forget it. So the guy in the movie who shows up to a party with a woman who ultimately becomes his wife. Like he's currently married, he loses that woman, gets another woman, all that stuff, right? So there's that. That dude, that small role. I went to his house, and his house was epic. My man built a racetrack on his property. I'm talking about like little go karts. I'm talking about real life size cars. I was there to do a test drive with Mini Cooper. We were riding around his yard, his yard. I was like, this is incredible. This is incredible. So we went and gathered in his garage and went zooming and zipping and zooming around. But that's how much he had at his small level compared to compared to the guy who Leo plays. Like that's an incredible difference in the amount of money. Because if he had that much money to be able to build a racetrack, despite his neighbors protesting, despite the legalities of the system to sort of know, despite all that, to build a racetrack, like what? Are you kidding me? It's incredible. It's incredible. So yeah, so that will give you a sense of how much money is being spent. Well, no, how much money is being earned by the people in the movie. They're making a lot of money, a lot of money. All right, let me see if there's anything else besides Feed King inviting the neighborhood. Mm, oh, you talking about the cat? Yeah, Nelson is definitely intuitive. I see how he loves some views. All right, I think that's it. I think that's it. I don't know what's going on with my new note. My comments is acting up. So, all right. So I guess I'm gonna close this out. Thank you, thank you, and I guess I'm gonna close it out. Yeah. So I'm Sekou Wrights. I am a what's my phrase? I am a stroke survivor. And I am doing what I do, and I am trying to make it better and better. I'm going to experiment with YouTube a little bit, try to get that going. And let's see, what other announcements do I need to make? Hero announcements. Uh, Hero, I'm trying to bring back the, the clothing brand, the Hero clothing brand. I'm trying to bring that back. It's been a while, but I'm going to bring it back now. And and Fee King, her show is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11:30. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11:30, and also on Thursday we do our our fiance files. So check that out. Check that out right here at the same time, and check out Reverend Melissa every day, every day at 10:30. Every day. You get a sip of her, and I can't believe I finally did my my announcements. All right, and so that's everything. I think that's everything. All right, yeah, that's what I got. So please check out Batman, Wolf of Wall Street, Martin Call, and open your eyes to whatever else happens around you, because you will see it differently no matter what it is. No matter what it is. All right. Please, peace be. I was saying peace be still. I guess I want to say that peace be still. Peace be still. Peace be still. And remember that now is better than perfect. Now is better than perfect. Doing this episode of the show now, before I get my voice all together, is perfect. Now is 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 perfect in terms of doing whatever it is else is I need to do. I give thanks, and I give thanks for the show, and I give thanks to New Thought Media Network, and I give thanks to everybody who's helped me this far. All right. So I see you later.